The quiet drift. Danielle Adams had the perfect house in the suburbs, the kind neighbors envy. 2 stories tall, white shutters, a trimmed lawn, and a husband, Mike, who paid the mortgage like clockwork. On paper, everything was fine. But paper can't feel emptiness. Mike was a financial advisor, always busy, always working. They used to talk at dinner, go on road trips, even argue over what movie to watch. But lately, Danielle felt invisible. She'd make dinner, light candles, put on that red lipstick he once loved, only to hear, "I'm exhausted." "Rain check?" The rain checks kept coming. Danielle worked in marketing for a rising tech firm downtown. Her boss, Ryan Blake, was young, confident, and charming, in ways Mike hadn't been for years. He noticed her, complimented her ideas, laughed at her jokes. They started having lunch together. Harmless, at first. Then came the late work nights. Coffee runs. Flirty texts. One Friday night, as Danielle stared at another untouched meal growing cold on the table, Mike sent her a text. "Running late. Don't wait up." Her thumb hovered over the screen. She typed, "Okay." But she wanted to type, "I'm tired of waiting." The next week, Ryan invited her to a company dinner, just the 2 of them. Not official. Not work-related. Danielle hesitated. "What are we doing, Ryan?" He didn't answer immediately. "Something you've wanted to do for a while." The restaurant was dimly lit. Wine flowed. Laughter came easily. When he reached for her hand, she didn't pull away. When he leaned in during the drive back, she didn't say no. But she didn't say yes either. Instead, she asked, "Do you want to come in?" She couldn't believe she said it. But Ryan nodded. Inside, the house was quiet. Mike was away on a business trip in Atlanta. Danielle's heart pounded as she led Ryan through the hallway she once painted with her husband. Her breath hitched when he kissed her by the kitchen counter, where she used to pour Mike's morning coffee. They didn't make it to the bedroom. The living room couch bore witness to the affair. It was passionate, urgent, wrong. But she couldn't stop. For the first time in years, she felt alive. The next morning, Ryan was gone before sunrise. Danielle sat on the same couch, wrapped in a blanket, staring at the floor. The room smelled of his cologne, a sharp contrast to the usual scent of Mike's aftershave. She tried to act normal when Mike returned 2 days later. But something had changed. Guilt crawled under her skin. Mike noticed. "You okay?" he asked. Danielle nodded too quickly. "Yeah. Just tired." He touched her arm. "We haven't talked much lately." Her eyes welled up. "No, we haven't." They sat in silence. The kind of silence where truths go to die. A week later, Danielle came home to find Mike in the living room, holding her phone. Her stomach dropped. "You left it charging," he said. "It buzzed. I didn't mean to snoop." His face was pale. "Who's Ryan?" Danielle froze. The air thickened. He's my boss. I can still feel you on me." That's what he texted. At 2 a.m. "You gonna lie to me now?" She didn't speak. Mike stood. "How long, Danielle?" Tears spilled. "Just once. It just happened." "That's a lie," he snapped. "People don't just happen on the couch we bought together. In the house I built for us. I was lonely," she cried. "You're never here, Mike. You stopped seeing me. Touching me. Talking to me." His jaw clenched. "So you let your boss do all that instead?" Danielle whispered. "I didn't mean to fall in love with him." Mike stared at her like she was a stranger. Mike moved out that weekend. No yelling. No slammed doors. Just quiet boxes and broken glances. Danielle stayed in the house. Alone. Ryan kept texting. She answered sometimes. But it wasn't the same. The fire between them had cooled into reality. Complicated, painful reality. One afternoon, Ryan stopped by. "You okay?" he asked. Danielle shrugged. "I broke a man who trusted me. I don't think I'm okay. He looked at her, uncertain. Do you regret me? She looked at the couch. I regret what I did. But I don't regret feeling alive again. They kissed again. Slower this time. Less fire, more sorrow. Ryan stayed the night. But in the morning, Danielle realized something. He wasn't home. Not really. Weeks turned into months. Danielle and Ryan tried being together. Dinners, short trips, shared weekends. But something was missing. One night Ryan admitted it. We were built from broken pieces, Danny. I think that's why it's not working. She nodded. We started in the wrong chapter. Eventually, they parted ways. No drama. Just the end of a story that never had a future. Danielle spent her days alone, rebuilding her life. She went to therapy. Took long walks. Started painting again, something she hadn't done since college. One evening Mike called. Just to check in. How are you? He asked. Better, she said. Trying. Good. You deserve peace. So do you. They didn't talk about reconciliation. Some wounds don't heal back the same. But they talked again the next week. Then the next. Not as husband and wife. Just two people learning how to move on from pain. Epilogue: learning to breathe again. Danielle eventually sold the house. The living room held too many ghosts. She moved to a smaller apartment near the city, started teaching a weekend art class, and joined a local writing group. She wrote a short story about a woman who lost herself and found her way back through fire. It was raw, honest, beautiful. And maybe that was the lesson, that life breaks you, but it also gives you chances to begin again. Behind closed doors, secrets unfold. But sometimes, so does healing.